Hello, everyone. Welcome back to a timeless reading. This is for everybody. Um, this is your surprises in love. I hope that you enjoy it, guys. Um, so whichever you choose is linked in the description box below. Um, and I will see you at your timestamps. Bye bye, guys. So, everyone that picked the red rose, this is your surprises in love coming up for you. So, you firstly have your Moonology Oracle. A new start is coming and hold your vision. Ooh, that sounds fun. So, I hope that you have like your vision. So let's check in with your cat tarot first. So Knight of Wands. Okay, so that is your Seven of Swords. Knight of Swords. You have your Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Oop. Gotta move it out of the way. The Hangman and the Tower. Ooh, boy. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff in for you in love. Page of Swords in reverse, the High Priestess in reverse, your King of Swords, alright, your Ten of Cups, Death, okay, interesting, Four of Wands, Page of Pentacles, and your Page of Wands, both in reverse. Now, can I firstly start with so your tower moment is always going to be your relationship that you might be in has reached this natural stage of that it just didn't work out. That's okay. That's fine. So the tower is because we build relationships too quickly, and especially with love relationships, and then they don't have the foundation, so it has fallen down, unfortunately. And sometimes with the tower, because it's such a quick falling down phase, you tend to then have this bit where you guys don't get together again because the foundation was so rickety that there was nothing to build back on. The Hangman in reverse means that you're not just like naturally holding on to where you don't want to fall into. You are struggling to stay in a position where you don't fall into a new situation. Now, this sometimes means with this tower, you have not let go of this situation at all, and you're not ready to fall into a new situation with someone else. And that's okay. That you need to realize that instead of struggling and getting exhausted and then falling into something because you need to fall into something, is kind of guide your direction where you want to go. When you naturally fall off this branch, you're somewhere that you want to be, not just where the situation has gone. Knight of Wands, there's something closer to you that you are very much called to, and this is like, okay, maybe this situation wasn't good enough for me. Let's move on to the next one. Your Seven of Swords is telling you to let go of that control. Let the things naturally develop as they are. And this Knight of Swords in reverse, it means that you're naturally very chaotic right now, and you should do something to bring in your energy. I nearly said enemy. I don't know why I was going to say that. Naturally bring your energy into alignment with what you want, and kind of put your energy into where it needs to go the most. And this one means that you might not get emotions coming in as much as like you need to send them out to get received by other people. So overall, this kind of makes sense just reading on its own. We will go through the Everyday Witch Tarot and then I will sum up your reading. So we've got here your Page of Wands. So it's kind of like you know that you should take a journey right now, but you are not actually taking that. And I think that you should realize that you're ready to travel or move on. Your Page of Pentacles in reverse as well, that you should learn how to take on or accept other people's feelings as much as your own. I feel like that's very important, and that's what I'm called to tell you, is that both of these are not something that you're not able to do. I think that you are very good at doing these things normally. You just haven't done this in a while. So you're feeling very kind of incompetent when it comes to both of those. 10, 4 of Wands, obviously celebration, joy, hope, and spring. So this can be a thing of marriage. So you could be closer to a marriage than you think you are. It can also just be a place of joyous celebration and a lot of new things coming in. So it can be just spring. There's some new things in the air and just really enjoying yourself. This kind of makes sense with the death card that you're actually ending a cycle and bringing in a beautiful new cycle, which is amazing. 10 of Cups. So this is a sign that you can be closer to marriage as well. So commitment and financial obligations. So yeah, I feel like this too is telling you you're closer to being married than you would think you are. And if you are like getting married, let me know in your comments below. King of Swords upright. So this is interesting that this person's underneath the Seven of Swords. But this King of Swords coming in for you. So if you're masculine, this can be you. If you're feminine, this person is coming towards you. So King of Swords upright tends to be a leader, tends to think very intellectually, tends to be very blunt, very honest. And they tend to be very capable as leaders. And they tend to be very wise. So that would be it. But it's interesting that he's under like Seven of Swords. So it's probably time to let that sword go and be more like open to other people. If you're masculine, if you're feminine, don't control this situation, because if you show swords to swords, you know what's going to happen. They go to fight you. So make sure just to relax on this situation. The High Priestess in reverse means that there is a creator, like a manifestation blockage. So it might be that you just don't see this, you're not connecting with this, and you should actually think about this very strongly, whether you are in the right situation for you, and that if you actually left, you'd be closer to where you want to be. This could be the case. It could be also a case that you're not manifesting the best space for yourself. So therefore you let these things happen without any control over them whatsoever, which is even worse. So you have Page of Swords in reverse. So we've got lots of pages in reverse. So this is like not letting your ideas shine through, not being able to harness those as well. So it's just like very frustrating to see that you feel like you're so incompetent, or it's hard to say incompetent. Let me think of another word. So less of yourself, that you feel very stuck in your own way, in your own path, in your own life, without actually being known that you have the control, you have the situation, but don't get worried and start controlling it from a very like controlling standpoint, but do take your decisions, take your own moves. um, Decide whether you want to be in this situation or not. Decide that you're going to choose these things. Um, Naturally accept this cycle as it is and move on and transition to another one that brings in your happiness and joy and closer to contentment. Contentment. I ideally said it again, and I'm sorry. Um, but more happiness and satisfaction and closer to marriage, if that's what you want to do. If you're already married, it could be just to start thinking about your vows again, thinking about how to fall in love with each other again, because everything is a cycle, everything is a journey, and you have to keep on constantly renewing things if you want them to keep on passing through instead of being stuck on them. So, those are my advices from you with this card. But obviously, as I see it, like life is closer to be good in the future. Just keep on being positive and keep on thinking that you've got this, because you have. I would genuinely say you've really got through the worst parts of this, and you're closer to being where you want to be in life. So I'll see you soon. See you next timeless reading. Bye bye. Hello everyone, whoever is here for the cream rose. This is your reading today. So these are the surprises coming towards you in love. So you have the step out of your comfort zone, and your show the world the real you. That sounds amazing. That sounds really cool. It sounds like you needed to be very much present to show each other, like the you've probably been worried a lot about your presentation lately. The star, grow relationships around you, grow everything you want in life. You have the sun. So honestly, love, hope, and joy, radiate them outwards. Go you, and bring in the joy and the love from everything else. A two of swords, you're actually choosing a life choice. Two of cups, oh, look at that. Some love coming in on there as well. That sounds amazing. This is such a beautiful bit of news. The chariot in reverse and the devil. So I feel like these two are together for you. That the addiction is to not leave. The addiction is to not travel. The addiction is not to change, physically move. So I feel like this could be very important for you to actually take in account your physical location and what, like, make sure that you kind of get out of situations that leave you um, weak physically, because this is your physical location. So make sure that you don't feel addiction to not moving or not changing. So you have this one is keep an eye on the present, keep focused on the present, not the future. And Ten of Swords in reverse, you actually were doing a lot of struggles and now you're free. So you're not in your stuck situation anymore. So that could be very much like that, is that you were in a place that you were very stuck and that you can actually move. Three of Cups and Seven of Cups. Look at that. Look at that. Nine of Swords. Okay. And Ten of the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, nice. And the Tower. Okay. So let's talk about these things. Okay. So, firstly, definitely step out of the comfort zone and show your real self. That's very important because we have the star to grow everything around you and the sun to bask in hope and happiness and joy and contentment. I I always say it wrong. Contentment, not contentment. Contentment. Cassandra. um, so definitely laugh at how I pronounce some things wrong, please. Please. English is my first language, so please laugh along with me. Um, Two of Swords. There is a life choice coming up for you. Definitely choose which one you would prefer. It's good that you're actually upright on this. You're actually in the process of choosing this. Two of Cups. So your relationship bond is very tight, very close. If you're thinking, does this person love you? Yes, they do. The Chariot in reverse and the Devil in reverse. Yeah, I did talk about this. I feel like you're very stuck on not physically moving, not changing that job, or moving house just because there's addiction there, not to move, not to tempt fate. I feel like that's what I'm supposed to tell you. And yeah, focus on the present and realize that you're not stuck in the situation you were before. So this is the Fool in reverse. Keep just going along with the flow, keep on being happy and be with every single day, and that's probably why being present is so important for you, but to keep on being very wary about everything around you, especially people. Kind of think in your head if this person's actually generally being without motive. You know, sometimes people will take advantage of people that seem very carefree. Nine of Swords, you actually were in a series of like places that you had headaches and you were very really drained, and now you're actually getting in a point that you can get up and you can get moving and you can deal with all of this without the headaches involved. Seven of Cups, you're actually in a space that you are getting all these new things coming in. There's so many choices around you. You might not be able to choose, but there's just so many cups there. Three of Cups, celebration with friends. Just enjoy your time together with other people and enjoy that while you both are like all these people around you. Celebrate and be present with them. I think there's a lot of cards that are here being very present, being very present minded, because with our futures we can always focus on anxieties and fears, and if we are in the past we tend to ruminate on the past, thinking the past is better when we tend to forget about the bad things that happened in our past unless they are traumatic. So there's a lot of times that we tend to be, this is why nostalgia exists in the past. You cannot be nostalgic for something in the present. Wheel of Fortune, take your faith and trust the universe that it's taking you where you want to go. There's also a tower moment, so there can be like bits that fall down in your life. If there is a second party that you were asking about, this is the second party compared to the first. Um, but do realize that some things in life don't like happen for a reason, and sometimes this could be your past person, so therefore sometimes it's easier to transition on and ask about the new person that's coming into your life instead of the old one, because this is why it failed, was just like the lack of foundation, and it just fell over because it couldn't be leaned on so much. And this is what happens with most romantic relationships. We tend to build this tower very quickly, and then there is no stable base, stable foundation. When there's fights and arguments, then the whole thing breaks. Because there's nothing there. There's the tower is absolutely not got any concrete in it, not got any foundations. If it wobbles, if it tips, it just falls down. So I feel like in general, the cards are telling you to definitely get your act together, get your act into gear. Definitely do that physical move, whether it is your job that's keeping you really in a space that's not great, or you are actually called to need to do that physical move for where you live. You just need to be in that space where you go, okay, right, fine, let's go. Um, and and realize being present and starting to really get every single day at a time, try to understand your emotions and yourself at a core, and do celebrate your coming out of your personality, of your true self with your friends and everybody around you, because I feel like this pile, you've been a little bit masking for a while. You've tended to take on other people's thoughts, and you've changed your mind because of other people. And I feel like that's important for me to tell you this. So, this is for the cream rose. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next timeless reading. You all have a very good day, very good night. Bye bye. Hello, everyone that got the purple flower today. This reading is for you. So let me go through your oracle cards first. Luck is on your side and time to give rather than take. So this could be just that you need to be in more of a mood that you give, because that's important. So yeah, so you have 7 of Wands, 4 of Cups of red, 5 of Cups. So yeah, I see that bit that you need to actually give a lot more. You get distracted, and Page of Cups. So there is this bit of needing to self-reflect on some actions here. So it is that you're kind of getting a lot. I don't know whether it's self-interest, or like if you are someone else, they possibly could say that you're quite selfish sometimes. That's what I would feel. So the Hierophant in reverse, the Eight of Swords, the World in reverse, and Queen of Wands in reverse. Okay, so firstly, we want to look at these things. So you've got Page of Wands and Seven of Wands. So it seems like you're struggling to get what you want, because it seems so far out of reach, and it seems like you're called to actually get someone else to help you. So a lot of times you need to give rather than take, and cooperate with other people to get you closer to where you are. The Four of Cups means that you don't see the options that you want, and maybe they're not in front of you, they can be inside you. So, this is why the self reflection comes in for you. There is this bit that I'm called for you to actually understand that your mind gets distracted quite easily, and so therefore you don't tend to interact very well with other people when you're very distracted, and you might need to kind of deal with those distractions before you actually are around people, because sometimes you're not the best at communicating or cooperating with people when you get distracted. Four of Cups, this is Four of Cups as well. So it is this bit that you just don't see the options that are presented, that there seems to be something hiding for you. And yeah, I would definitely say it's time to give rather than take, just so people can come in and help you later. So the Star, you're supposed to grow the things around you to actually make them feel like lots of other things. So growing relationships, growing romantic relationships, because obviously this is surprises in love. Um, this is Page of Cups in reverse. You know how to communicate in an emotional manner. Um, you know how to take on other people's feelings. You're just not doing that right now. And this is where you're getting stuck. You're actually getting stuck because you feel like other people should just naturally help you, and you'll get what you want without actually asking for it, or being in a state that people actually want to offer. The Hierophant in the reverse means actually being rebel and breaking rules. So it could be breaking society's expectations of you, which could be in turn how you tend to be kinder to other people, because you see the outside, you see see the way back that you came from, and you're like, hey, that's actually kind of weird now that I look at it, that everybody else is playing these rules and playing these games, and I understand them better. Eights of Swords, you're starting to actually understand that your mindset could be considered a little bit more victimized. Um, and you've been struggling with yourself lately a lot more. So you've been in your mind just working, struggling in your mind, and a lot of times you've now understood as you're looking outside it, that it's all in your head. I don't want to say that everything's like this, and I understand that sometimes people could say this, and if it's not fair for them to say it. I'm not meaning that everything in your life has to be illusion, but sometimes we can struggle and put ourselves in a situation just because of our thoughts. Um, and so, therefore, sometimes we've got to really think about how we tend to deal with things in a day to day life based on our idea of how we deal with this. The World in reverse, it's probably time to take a break from what you see outside of yourself. Take a break from the news, take a break from all this stuff that's making you angry, and just take that bit and make the world smaller for you. That doesn't mean that you should be misinformed, but most of the time the media or whatever you're bringing in to you is going to be very it's going to be very sensationalized. It's going to make you believe everything that they say, when a lot of things tend to be very dramatic on the news or in paper. Yes, that doesn't mean that they're not reporting the truth. It's just that they tend to report the truth the way that they want to drive more views or more traffic. This is the same as Instagram, the same as TikTok, whatever platforms you're on. They are there designed to teach you one way looking at the world, which is not always true. Okay, so it's time to take a break from things that are media sources. Go and grab a nice book and sit down and read it, and kind of forget about the world for a little bit. There is a call for the women of this. You could probably be Queen of Wands, so the feminine aspect is coming in. If you're masculine, this person's coming into your life. So Queen of Wands in reverse, like Queen of Wands upright tends to be very extroverted, very much open. She tends to have lots of friends because she is one of the most extroverted in the tarot deck. Wands tend to be very extroverted people, so that can be a case. But when she's inverted, she's either by herself or she is focused on one person. And this, if you're masculine, could be yourself, and to actually remind her to look after herself and take breaks to see friends, because she'll be much a better person if she does. This is the same with you ladies. You need to actually have times to see friends and see your family, because they're such an important part of you, and your batteries will get refilled because you tend to refill your batteries around other people. And if you are focused on one person, you tend to burn them out quite quickly, because you have such a big battery compared to some people that don't get energy from other people, they get drained from it. So this could be also a thing here, that you're not cooperating and communicating with other people. So you could actually be in a very bad headspace right now because you're not around other people. The the surprises in love, I would definitely say, is that you should see how other people perceive you, and see outside yourself, because as soon as you see outside yourself and you go and you give more than you take, you'll realize that there's a lot of things that you have not seen before, because you have only viewed your life through one lens, which is yourself. And it's very hard to see other people's perceptions of you. But as soon as you walk a little bit with people and you discuss a lot of what's going on in their lives, you'll realize that your view is so small, because you're only seeing that from the perspective of yourself. And when you get more open, when you give and you're more open, you will receive a lot more than you expected to. And this is amazing, because you'll start really receiving that love back through whatever things you're going through. So I feel like there's a lot more friends love than relationship love. That doesn't mean that you won't get a relationship or you aren't going to grow your relationship deeper having this reading. But there's a lot of it that is just generally just making sure that you see as many like different viewpoints, getting to get out, see your families, get see your friends, grow other people, grow yourself, just be in that giving mood. You will start really seeing this radiant loving energy back to you, and luck is on your side. So don't even worry about like bad things happening. There could be a little bit of a hiccup every now and again, like life does. But in general, like luck is on your side. Don't hesitate. Don't wait for tomorrow. Kind of put this in place right now, and you will see like your life dramatically change. And definitely take the kind of shackles off your mind and see things from the outside. See them from perspective of that you do not have to play these games as much. And you'll see like how people run through the hoops. So that's what I would like to say to you. Um, it might not be as surprising as you think it is, but I think it might come to surprise to you, and I hope that really helped you get through wherever you are in your life, and I will see you in the next reading. Ciao, bye.